Greetings, welcome to Grimm's Vault, Epic Run, Wild Arms Ultra Code F, episode 4, I think. I'm not good with the memory stuff. It'll be right in the description, and that's better than nothing, right? Let's check right now. Yep, episode 4. We just got done with all the prologues and Lolitha's tomb, I think it is. And we're heading back to the castle to start, basically kick off where the game truly begins. As our heroes get their first taste of what they're in for. There's no reason to fight out here because levels are not a concern early on, really. If anybody comes in and thinks the sound needs to be a little louder, let me know. Because I know the music's great in this game. So. Actually, we gotta go see Emma. If she's here. If not, we go to the fairgrounds. Alright, we gotta go to the fairgrounds. Welcome to the stream, Jordan86. Son of a... Old games where you can't use the camera angle on the other angle pad to move the camera. And it screws everything up on you. And maybe I go see the king then. Yeah, people show up in time. I just started 5 minutes ago. I don't have like a massive following of people who are here every day, like 3 or 4 people. I mean, it takes time to build a fan base who are watching RPGs. You know, these old JRPGs are not the most popular thing anymore. People are obsessed with terrible games like Mass Effect. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to go... I guess I could try going to the inn. Because she wasn't at the thing, so I'm definitely not supposed to go there. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've played this version of the game. Oh, no, no, don't... Damn it! Remember back in the day when JRPG towns used to be huge and they weren't these small little fuckeries? Great. Now I can't monetize my video. Let's talk. Well, might as well get a rest. Oh, there we go. Imagine if you never bothered to sleep in at the inn, right? Wander around in circles for 3 hours. Oh god, hang on a second. I got the actual copy right here. With no copyright on it. I want to say early to mid 2000s, but I'm not. I can't be sure, but basically it's a remake of a PlayStation 1 game that came out in '96, if that's when Final Fantasy VII came out. It came out the same year as 7 did. And it's just a 100% remake in 3D with a couple of changes here and there. Plays the same, combat's the same. Game's called Wild Arms Alter Code F if you want to look it up, but I just don't remember what year it came out. Probably look it up since I love this emulator. I can actually click on the other screen without shutting down the game. ...2003 is when it came out. So this is like I'm doing a series of my 5 favorite JRPGs. Well, not yet, my 5 favorite, and that I consider the best of all time. They may not necessarily be. And Wild Arms, the original, is one of my favorite, but I had already beaten that a year ago. So because of that, I just kind of was like, all right, I'll do the remake this time because I don't want to play through that one again. I've beaten that one like 14 times. What's it called? Let's see. PCSX2. It's the only one you should ever use. Truthfully. Alright, so now I've got to wander around and fuck around in this place until I find Emma, and then crazy stuff will happen. And I don't know if you're into just watching old videos and stuff, but I just got done doing Dragon Quest VIII for PS2, and I got them all archived on here, and they're also all on my YouTube channel too. And that one is another one of my favorites. I love that game. I cannot wait for the new one. Bunch of random crap. Just gotta talk to random people and look at a few things, and then the next event should pop. Thank you for my money too. Alright, that wasn't it. There are not many people here checking out this festival. I'd be depressed if I was the festival, like, programmer and all that, put it all together. So absolutely nobody gives a shit about all the cool stuff you found. Bye. All these robots have an importance because you fight a couple of them by the end of the game, and then a couple of them are like hidden weapons, like Final Fantasy VII, that you can come across and fight too. And the one I just looked at's the toughest one. Yeah. And yet, when it comes time for me to save them all from the fire that's about to begin, there's like 50 of them. So all of a sudden it's like, hey, guess what? This is important now. Another thing I like about this emulator, with this game I couldn't do it because it was bugged for this game, but there's most games you play on it you can really do a lot of work with. If you check out the Dragon Quest videos, you'll see that that game looks like a really good, like an early PS3 game. Like graphically, I got that thing looking real good on this system for the emulator. And I had people who were watching the stream that were like, wow, how the hell does this look so good? Isn't it a PS2 game? But this game's all bugged to crap, so. Kinda wish they'd just stay in the woodwork when catching fire. Alright, kid with a red balloon. Alright, I now have access to what's gonna happen. I just gotta search the town for a kid with red balloon. There he is. Let's get a save state because shit's about to get going. While I'm at it, I want to check to see if the saving is working correctly. Because sometimes saving could be like a complete nightmare. When you're save stating, other stuff will break. Well, the more people you save, the more reward you get at the end of it. So it's actually important to save them all. All I can think when I see this part is Mortal Kombat! They're just gonna come pouring out of the sky. I remember how cool this effect was in the other one. I don't know if they do, yeah, they do it here. The sky basically cracks. Awful lot of villagers now. It's kind of like that, dude, because they do this game. It's like an anime. So if you watch animes, what happens at the beginning of the show? The heroes come across the villains, and you get introduced into all the villains. You basically meet the 4 big bad guys early in this game, and then you continue engaging but not killing any of them until you get near the end of the game where you start killing them all. Something straight out of an anime. It's kind of cool. I don't want to waste all of my bullets right now, so let's go with the simple stuff. Oh yeah, dude. I totally agree with you on that one, Greg. But then again, in my opinion, Wild Arms is one of the best RPGs on the PS1 that no one knows about. I put it up there with Final Fantasy easily, Final Fantasy VII. It's depressing too because like this series had gotten bigger. The way if you watch how if you watch Wild Arms 1, 2, and 3 all sold better than the last one, they got really good. And the third one sold really well, and they were like, we've got a big budget, what are we going to do? They make the remake sells really well. And then they turn around and they take the budget for the 4th game and they split it up and do two games instead of one, and it kills the series because both of them were average. Hey man, just follow, I stream all the time, so you'll be able to catch on to this stuff and see it. And do a reload because the stream seems to be running fine on my end. I monitor it and I think I've got it working right, so it's got to be something up with your app. Yeah, so they released these 4th and 5th one, and the 4th one I didn't like at all. The 5th one was okay, but it wasn't as good as 3 by a long shot, and it just killed the series, and you never got another Wild Arms. And it's really depressing. They should have just released a full budget game for the 4th one. They changed too much stuff too. They took out the world map, which to me is what makes Wild Arms so great. Is like exploring this desolate, dying world. Alright, I think I have to head to the castle, and then they'll tell me to go save all the people. Which I don't even care about doing, honestly. Well, I could try some things right here, real quick right here. Let me mess with a setting or two and see if I can help you out, man. Let me drop this down to ultra fast and see how that works. No, the studio didn't go under. MediaVision still exists. It's just after the 5th one didn't sell well, and the PSP action combat game didn't sell well because they made a turn-based strategy RPG for the PSP. The Sony kind of was like, all right, we're not funding because it's a Sony game. The studio owns it, but and Sony doesn't own the studio, but they own the rights to the game, and Sony was like, we're not going to fund it again. This happened during the bad Sony era. You know, they really screwed up the game. They told them to split the thing, and then they screwed it up. And then you also had the PS3 costing a lot to produce, and RPGs kind of went behind the wayside during that era. So Sony just never did anything. But there are rumblings that the guy who made the original director is getting together someone to make another one. And especially with the resurgence JRPGs have had, with like Tales doing good, and Ni no Kuni doing really good. A few other ones, so cross our fingers, we might get another Wild Arms. Truth be told, I think it really depends on how well Final Fantasy does. If Final Fantasy blows up and 15 is a big hit, you're going to see a resurgence of JRPGs, a huge one. And Persona. I guess I was off on my leveling up. I need some more XP. Did that fix your problem, Grim? I swapped over a setting. Pick up the little boy. I love grabbing little boys and carrying them off through the fire. I don't remember exactly how many there were. Oh shit, I forgot that their max health gets reduced when they die. And she's like nasty weak right now already. I mean look, they take half her health in one hit. She's kind of useless right now. Do I have a... Nope, I have no way of healing off that problem. I'm just gonna have to defend with her and let those guys do all the ass kicking. I can't see anything. I figured I'd just try a setting change, man. You know, try to help out as best I can. Sorry about that. Put my stuff back to where it belongs. God, she is so useless. Even blocking 3 hits and she's dead. She gets really strong once I get her a couple of levels. I'll probably take a grind later before I really push forward. At least the map is simplified, so it's easy to find all of them this time. Alright, so I'd like to think I got most of them, but it's hard to tell. So you guys like big RPG fans or just... the Final Fantasy VII game does not have a release date, the remake, but given what they're doing with it, I'm gonna guess sometime, like the first part will be out sometime next year. Because if you look at their lineup, 15's hitting this year. There's no way Kingdom Hearts is next year. Alright? Or maybe Kingdom Hearts is next year. Dragon Quest is definitely next year for over here because it's coming out early next year in Japan. But Dragon Quest is on a separate studio. And I'm guessing they're gonna do like they're gonna split Final Fantasy up like they did with the what do you call it? The disc in Final Fantasy VII. So you're gonna see like the first part of 7 will be all of Midgar and all the way up to where Aerith dies. And then the second part will be the part in between when Meteor summoned all that, and the final part will be the assault on Sephiroth and all that. So we could see a release late next year or early the year after that for the first part of the game. Because I think they're throwing all their weight behind it once 15 comes out. Kingdom Hearts is a popular series, but they know what they have with Final Fantasy VII Remake. So does that mean you haven't played like Ni no Kuni, which doesn't have blocking graphics but is an amazing game that is literally just like... Oh, you douche. Alright, so this is one of the first 4 bad guys known as the Quarter Knights. His name is Berserker, or Berserk. And he's the only one you kill early on. Now comes the only annoying part in the game, escaping from the castle without being seen. Justin, what a terrible name. Dude, you got a PC, man. It's on PlayStation Now, man. You get a 7-day free trial. Check the game out, and then I believe you can rent them a la carte and play Ni no Kuni. It feels like an old school RPG from like Super Nintendo and PlayStation 1, but it has the graphics of the new games. It actually looks like a Studio Ghibli cartoon. It's pretty cool. And it's got all like the modern fixes that old RPGs need. You know how like the original Final Fantasy, you have to buy potions one at a time from the potion shop? They fix shit like that, so it feels like a new RPG, but designed and built the way the old ones were. It's actually one of my favorites. Alright, so now he locks me in the castle and I have to find my way out. It was annoying in the first game and it's still annoying in this one. I don't like being stealthy, dude. I hope they, or at least they fixed her health problems as I screwed that up. We'll go ahead and make sure she doesn't die this time. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. They fix all the small problems you would have with old school RPGs, the annoying crap, but still keep the old school feel, which is why the game is so amazing. Oh, that's right. I gotta figure out how to open this stupid switch. Alright, that's right. I gotta make it to the kitchen. Alright, so that's a bad way to go. Oh, thank you, man. Check out in some other time when you get the app working, dude. It's nice to get people who enjoy these games watching. And I'll be playing a lot more, believe me. This ain't the only game I'm playing. Let's try the teardrop here. Alright, that's nothing. Maybe it's a barracks on the other side I have to get to. I literally just had like a flashback of what I'm supposed to do here. It's weird, I have the worst memory in the world, but just a half a second and all of a sudden I remembered exactly what I was supposed to do. Lucky card. All right. I don't think I'm supposed to spit out hairpin again, but we'll find out if that works. Okay, so that doesn't work. What the hell? He did say the horse chain. I mean the chamber, right? Yeah, he said the audience chamber. Now I'm confused. It won't let me. This is why this is the annoying part in the game. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's over here. It might not be, though. That's the king's bedroom. There's nothing going on there. I might have to take a quick look at the guide just to figure this out, because it doesn't make any sense. I'll just run through the whole thing one more time real quick. I could just be going to the wrong spot. Oh, okay. I got it. See, I'm a genius, dude. Welcome to the stream, Wasted Talent. So I didn't say hi to you sooner. I was wrapped up in trying to figure out this amazing puzzle. Dude, the puzzles in the original game, man. Oh my god. Wait, what? I just checked the other one. There's only one, right? Yeah, I'm a genius. I can type into my Google to figure out how to do it. That's what makes me a genius. Now I have to go all the way around to the other side. Oh man, this game. This one section of this game. It's not as bad as the first one when you had to try to figure out how to get out of the castle without being seen. That was a nightmare. I think I know what I'm supposed to do now. Because I've done derped it up long enough. I'll just have this guy capture me so he throws me back to where I need to be. I find it funny they don't lock me in my room, right? Stupid me. I thought I had to hit a switch in the other room, which would open that. Gonna check my stream time real quick because I split these things into YouTube videos. We got like 20 minutes, but I have to worry about that. I love the music in this game. The high point from Wild Arms series for sure. Ah! I'm shocked I haven't ran into a fight yet. Kind of want to force a couple fights. Maybe there's none down here. I don't remember, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be running into any. Which sucks because she's really weak right now and I kind of need him. What? I just did. Dickhead machine. It's nice that someone went down here and put all these blocks in the way. King was like, I'll stop her from going through the tunnels with these big giant blocks. Given her level, I am worried that I'm going to get killed in this boss fight bad. So we're going to save. Although if I do get killed, we're kind of screwed because I'm trapped somewhere where I can't really... You might actually intentionally lose this fight, now that I think about it. Maybe I could just make a run for it. Screw the castle, I'm out. I try to stream often, but I work a lot too. It's usually Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. But also, on Wednesday night, I do a podcast with my friends from getTekt that I'm a part of. On Friday nights, we stream Diablo Hardcore Mode. On Saturday nights, we stream retro games from our studio that we put together. Like Super Nintendo and all that stuff. And on Sunday nights, we pick a random multiplayer competitive game. Last night, we did Paragon. The days I do my JRPGs are in the afternoons. On Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Mondays. But it's not like consistently every time because sometimes I get out of work and I'm just exhausted. But you will see me streaming JRPGs at least on Saturdays and Mondays every week. And I that's basically the times I stream. I have a really weird work schedule. I'll have to put up a schedule at one point. It's just, like I said, I have a hard time sticking to schedules, and sometimes I'm not in the mood to play, because I love these games, but sometimes you have to be in the mood to go through the grind and all that stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for the follow, man. Now this guy's just gonna beat me like a dog, but I'm gonna have fun fighting him. Welcome to the stream, Steel Blue Skies. Dude, he one-shotted him. I sure hope I'm not supposed to, like, win this fight. Because he literally just one-shotted that dude. Yeah, and I'm trying to do this for the fun of it. Well, I'm gonna try to revive him, but this is already a very bad situation, dude. I may be completely screwed. I mean, I know I'm supposed to die, but I don't think I'm supposed to die right away. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to do some sort of damage to him before I die. Yeah, I survived. Now I can go through the process of not being too weak anymore by grinding out some damn levels. You too, dude. Thank you for watching again. You're gonna miss the funeral scene. It's one of my favorite scenes. Great music. The one thing I always found funny was how he didn't bother to, well, I don't want to spoil, but there's info that he should be, like, revealing now instead of holding it back. But that's how you make a dramatic story, I guess. Man, Wild Arms is such a fucking good game. So underappreciated. It's almost like the game has two intros. Because they do the intro with the great cutscene, and then you go through this little intro. And then they play some more awesome music. I mean, how could you not like this, right? Like, I remember when they reviewed this and they're like, oh, it's okay, it's a 7, it's an 8. Dude, like, I play all these new RPGs like Mass Effect and Skyrim, and they're good games, they have open worlds, they're fun to play in. I've never felt any kind of attachment to the characters in that game. This one scene gets me hyped to go and get revenge on these people because they do it so well. In the story in all these other games, they don't even come close to this good. And yet these games are always nagged on because the graphics aren't quite as good as everything else, or small annoying things that the reviewer couldn't figure out, so they badmouth the game for it. Okay, second intro is done. Now time for the third intro. I think ending the video after I depart to start the next set of the game will be in the right spot to do it. We'll creep through the castle like a stalker. There you go. Well, look creepy, this way look creepy. I could have swore they blew this thing to like complete shit in that scene, but apparently it's not blown to shit. Then they play more good music, because everything in this game has good music. I think that was a translation error, by the way. Alright, now the real game begins, and the first step is to grind for like 20 minutes. But I'm going to end this video here real quick. So, let me get through the rest of this real quick. Alright, that was Epic Run Wild Arms Ultra Code F Episode 4. I want to thank you guys for watching, and tune in next time